Imagine a young, gifted footballer bypassing Liverpool or Manchester City's academies to join a private boarding school in a stunning 19th century country house. This wasn't a fantasy, it was Lilleshall National School of Excellence. Established in 1984, Lilleshall was England's premier youth football training ground, producing stars like Michael Owen and Jamie Carragher. Yet, despite its idyllic setting and rigorous training, the school closed in 1999. What led to its downfall? Dive into the captivating story of Lilleshall's rise and fall. The Lilleshall National School of Excellence was established in 1984 by then England manager Bobby Robson and the FA's director of coaching, Charles Hughes. It was intended to be the pinnacle of youth football training in England. Located in the small village of Lilleshall Hall in Shropshire, the school quickly became the benchmark for schools of excellence before professional youth training transitioned to club academies. The school produced notable successful students such as Michael Owen, Jamie Carragher, and Jermaine Defoe. Today, youth training in England is dominated by club academies, which, while selective, are more accessible to future footballers. Approximately 3,500 of the 12,000 boys involved in institutional youth football worldwide are enrolled in Premier League academies. Lilleshall, however, offered a much more exclusive path. Out of the 2,000 boys assessed annually through local, regional, and national trials, only 16 would secure a place each year. Those selected faced a rigorous and challenging schedule at Lilleshall, moving away from home at just 14. Their daily routine was a blend of academic studies and intensive football training. They attended Idsall Comprehensive School for their academic classes in the mornings, then returned to Lilleshall for afternoon training sessions. Weekends were dedicated to watching top-flight matches and playing their games, immersing them in football, both as spectators and participants. The adjustment to life at Lilleshall was not easy. Many boys came from working-class backgrounds, and the regimented, isolated environment of a boarding school was a stark contrast to their home life. The demanding schedule and high expectations placed a lot of pressure on these young athletes. Some likened Lilleshall to a posh prison due to the isolation and pressure to perform. Without the support of family and friends nearby, coping with criticism from coaches and the challenges of adjusting to a new lifestyle was tough. However, the adversity also fostered a strong camaraderie among the boys. They formed close bonds, creating a brotherhood that often lasted beyond their time at the school. These friendships helped them cope with the pressures and challenges of their training. Michael Owen and Jamie Carragher, reflecting on their time at Lilleshall, acknowledged the initial struggles, but also highlighted that their experiences there were some of the best years of their lives. Despite the personal growth and lifelong friendships forged at Lilleshall, the school was ultimately suspended in 1999. The FA shifted the responsibility of developing young talent to individual clubs, officially introducing the modern youth academy system in 1998 under the direction of Howard Wilkinson. This decision marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new approach to youth development in English football. Several factors influenced the decision to close Lilleshall. Logistically, the new academy system allowed for a larger pool of talent to be nurtured. Wilkinson criticized Lilleshall's selection process as too elitist and limiting, noting that many future stars, like Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard, were initially overlooked. For instance, Gerrard was deemed too frail at the time. Michael Owen disagreed with this criticism, arguing that Lilleshall's concentrated training environment was superior. Yet, the reality was that only a small number of its graduates reached the top levels of football, making the program's substantial investment seem unjustified. Although Lilleshall no longer exists, its legacy remains a fascinating chapter in English football history. The concept of bringing together the best young players in the nation to train in a beautiful, secluded environment is still captivating. One can't help but wonder how modern stars like Jude Bellingham, Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, or Bukayo Saka would have fared in such an environment. Would they have thrived, or would they have struggled under the immense pressure? The answers remain speculative, but the memories of Lilleshall continue to evoke a sense of nostalgia and curiosity about what might have been. The story of Lilleshall National School of Excellence remains a compelling chapter in English football history. From its ambitious inception to its closure, Lilleshall's legacy sparks both nostalgia and curiosity. It represents a unique era of youth football training in a unique and demanding environment. While modern academies now lead youth development, Lilleshall's impact is still debated and remembered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Lilleshall's rise and fall, subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Join us as we explore where football, politics, and personal journeys intersect. Stay tuned and be part of the conversation. Subscribe now.